Hello, I'm Preston Pie, Professor Pie, whatever one you prefer, and today we are going to learn about factoring. Factoring polynomial specific when the linear coefficient is equal to 1. I know a lot of mumbo jumbo, but it does matter, I promise. So, factoring is going to become very, very important. If you decide to continue math career, and you're going to take up the calc, you're going to have to know the factor. And if you take pre-calc in college, they probably aren't going to teach you how to factor. It's going to be something you're expected to know. But hey, don't worry, I'm here to help you. So let's say we have, well, let's not even write anything. We have a of x squared plus bx plus c. So a, b, and c are just any random variables, any constants. Well, a has to equal 1, but b and c are just any numbers. So essentially what factoring says is we're going to look at B and we're going to see whatever two numbers that exist in this world both add and multiply to C. So what adds to B and what multiplies to C. So that might sound a bit complicated at first. Trust me, this will get easier. And the other important thing about um, factoring is this has to be equal to 0 to factor. But anyways, let's just jump into a problem right now. So let's say we have x squared plus, I don't know, let's go with 7x minus 15. Actually, sorry, not that. Positive 8x, negative 8x. I'm sorry, keep on being very incisive about problems I want to do. We have x squared minus 8x plus 15, and we're just going to assume this is equal to 0. So we're going to look at our A. Our A is equal to 1. So good. We'll be able to use this method that we're about to learn. And we're going to look at our B and our C. So our 8 is our B, and our C is our 15. So essentially what we're going to look is, we're going to essentially decide what two numbers add to B. So what's going to add to negative 8? What two numbers multiply to C? So 15. That multiplies 15. Adds to negative 8. So let's go to the other board real quick, right? So let's think about what we know about. Ooh, that's weird. Oh, did it fix that? Okay, I'm sorry. It was showing an extra white at the bottom. That's strange. So we have negative 8 and positive 15. Um, well, let's think about that 15 first, right? So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to 15. Let's just think of any number that multiplies to 15, right? Any possible solution. This is the best way when you're starting out. When it comes to this, let's just think of what numbers multiply to C. So with 15, 1 times 15, that's 1. 3 times 5, that's another 1. And that's actually, yeah, that's it. We have 1 times 15 and 3 times 5. So we're looking for something that multiplies to 15 and adds to negative 8. Well, 1 plus 15 is going to be 16, and 3 plus 5 is going to be 8. Neither of those are negative. And what's important, though, is two negatives multiplied makes a positive, right? You have negative 1 times negative 2, it's going to be positive 2. So, what about when we have negative numbers? What about negative 3 times negative 5, negative 1 times negative 15? Well, those are still going to equal positive 15, but they're going to give us a negative b. There's a rule to that, and if you're big to memorizing rules, that's good. If you're not and you just want practice, I personally recommend practice for this. You'll start to notice the pattern, but essentially what that rule is when b is negative and c is positive, that means both your numbers have to be negative. But again, don't recommend learning the rule. So we said negative 1, so we had 1, 15, and 5 and 3. So negative 5 times negative 3 equals positive 15. And again, negative 5 plus negative 3 does equal negative 8. And since that negative 5 times negative 3 equals positive 15, that means our two numbers are going to be, our two numbers are going to be negative 5 and negative 3. So, it's not letting me erase anymore. It's very strange. So let's just erase this at the bottom. So our two numbers are negative 5 and negative 3. And we're not quite done yet. There's just going to be a little bit of more steps. Just teensy more. Don't worry, not too many more. So now that we know our two numbers are negative 5 and negative 3, what we're going to do is we're going to write this as x minus 5 times x minus 3. So if you're to FOIL these two numbers right, you would actually get x squared minus 8x plus 15. And that's part of the reason why we do this. It gets much easier to solve certain stuff and get higher levels, and it's a good trick to know, but that's not the main reason. The main reason is when you're asked what is x equal. And when we're asked what is x equal, we set these separate parentheses equal to 0. So we have this x minus 5 and this x minus 3. We're going to set both of those equal to 0. When we set both of these equal to 0, and these are two separate equations. Should probably be doing this one at a time, my bad. We want to get x by itself here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add the 5 to the other side. And we're going to add 5 over here, and it's going to cancel out. So we're going to get x equals 5. Now we're going to add this 3 over to the other side. And we're going to be left with just x equals 3. So our final two numbers are going to be x equals 5 and x equals 3. So if you're asked, like if you're given a polynomial and asked what does x equal, well, our answer would be x equals 5 and 3. People usually use comma. You can put an and if you want. I used and in high school, but really commas are just faster. Once you do a lot of math, you get lazy and you don't want to write and. I mean, people, crazy notation. Now I know this isn't related, but these three dots, sorry, if you ever see like 3 dots in math, and you probably won't, maybe when you take higher math, well, these 3 dots mean therefore. They're usually used in proofs and some other stuff, but you guys probably don't care about that, and I don't blame you if you don't. I'm going to clear this board real quick, so it's going to get white, so if you're in a dark room, I'm sorry. Probably just blinded you. My apologies. I had to find a better whiteboard online than tutorials. Point. No offense, but they aren't the best. May let use Microsoft Paint. Might as well. So when you get down to that part with x minus 5 equals 0, you just add the 5 to get x equals 5. You might ask, okay, Preston, will that x always just be 1x? No. But when we have problems like this, where the leading coefficient, or a, that's what the leading coefficient is equal to 1, then we're never going to encounter those scenarios. So that's good. They're going to stay a little bit simpler for now. I'll make another video about solving polynomials when the leading coefficient is not equal to 1. But for now, let's just keep it simple, right? So let's do another one. Say we have x squared plus, I don't know, let's do something like plus 2x plus 2 equals 0. Actually, no, sorry. Let's do plus 3x plus 2. Need to make sure this is actually solvable. So we have a problem like this, right? Let's identify our b's or c's. So 3 is our b, 2 is our c, and that x squared is our a, and it's equal to 1. So that's all we really care about. As long as it's equal to 1, that means it's going to be easier on us, I promise. So now that we have that, we're going to try to think of some numbers that add to 3 and multiply to 2. And, oh, sorry. And the reason why we are doing 3, 2 is because, well, 3 is our b, and 2 is our c. So what we're going to do is, let's think of every way we can multiply the 2. Well, there's really only one way. 1 times 2, right? Well, the only way that's through, what should we call it? Through integers, through whole numbers. So since that's really our only way, what's 2 plus 1? It's 3. So our two numbers are going to be 2 and 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. Yeah, so that's pretty simple, right? I mean, not the hardest thing in the world. It will get easier, don't worry. With more practice. Sorry, just clarify for more practice. So now that we have our two numbers, 2 and 1, and let's say we want to know what they're equal, sorry, when this polynomial equals 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that x plus 2, and we're going to do x plus 1. We're going to set these both equal to 0. Then we're going to bring the numbers over to the other side. So we're going to minus that 2, get x equals -2. And for this 1 over here, we're going to minus 1 to the other side. And we're going to get x equals -1. So our final answer is going to be x equals -2 and -1. That's really not that bad, right? I don't think it is, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm out of touch. Oop, didn't mean to undo that screen. Sorry for whoever just blinded. Let's do 2 more problems and then we'll call it day. And if you're not really understanding this, don't worry. I'm sure I will eventually have done another one of these videos and you can watch that and I'll do some other problems. So let's say we have x squared. We'll have plus, I don't know, let's do something fun, right? Let's do plus 10x plus, what's something good? Plus 24 equals 0. So again, our x squared is our a, our 10x is our b, and our 24 is our c. So our a is equal to 1, our Leon coefficient is equal to 1, so we can use the method we've been using. 10x is our b, so we're going to see what two numbers add to our b, our 10, and our c is 24, so we're going to see what two numbers multiply to our c, or 24. So, and something I should have clarified earlier, these numbers have to be the same. They have to be the same two numbers. We can't just put what our numbers look like. That'd be too simple. So let's break this down, right? What are all the ways to multiply to 24? So all the ways to multiply to 24 is, well, 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. And those are the only integers, right? So let's add these up. What's 1 plus 24? 25. 2 plus 12? 14. 3 plus 8? 11. So we're getting closer. 4 plus 6? That's 10. So our two lucky numbers here are going to be 4 and 6. So I have 4 plus 6 equals 10. And 4 times 6 equals 24, right? I mean, that's just a fact. I mean, you can do it for yourself. You're going to get those results. So our two numbers are 4 and 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to have x plus 4. We're going to set that equal to 0. We're going to minus 4 from both sides. And we're going to get x equals -4. And with the 6, we're going to have x plus 6 equals 0. We're going to subtract 6 to the other side. And we're going to get x equals -6. So now that we have these two, that's our final answer. You know, so our final answer is x equals -4 and -6. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast. I'm sorry if I am. I've taught factoring a little bit. I'm usually used to teaching calculus and other stuff similar to that. So I'm sorry if I'm moving a bit of a fast pace. Also, I know you guys have stuff to do, and I don't want you to watch a super long video about this. So let's do a problem, right? But except here's the little fun twist. You guys get to solve this problem. I know you guys jumping out of wherever you're standing, or sorry, wherever you're sitting to do one of these own problems. I know this it's gonna be the highlight of your day, right, guys? So please pause the video and solve this question on your own. Okay, so hopefully you guys got the answer right. Don't worry, I will follow the steps for you. We're gonna set these equal to 0, and we're gonna call our x squared a, and we're gonna call our 6x b. We're gonna call our 9 c, because, well, that's just what we do. So a is equal to 1, the coefficient is 1, so we're gonna use the same method I'm using. We're gonna see what two numbers add to b, or 6, and we're gonna see what two numbers multiply to 9. Sorry, this does not look like a plus sign. No, it really doesn't look like a plus sign. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Let's erase that. Make that a little bit of a nicer plus sign, right? Shall we? This looks atrocious. It's a war crime. Okay. Ooh. Oh wow. It's not great. I'm sorry. So, anyways, so let's think. Where's every number that multiplies? Where every two sets of 9 multiply to 9? 1 times 9, 9. 3 times 3, 9. That's our only two options, right? So hopefully you've realized 3 and 3 add 6. So our two numbers are going to be, well, 3 and 3. So now that we have this 3 and 3, we're going to erase this. Sorry. And what we're going to do is we're going to do x plus 3 and x plus 3. We're going to set these both equal to 0, and these are both the same equation. So when we set this equal to 0, we're going to do minus 3 to both sides, and we're going to get x equals negative 3. Yeah. So your final answer is going to be x equals negative 3, comma, negative 3. You really can just put 1 negative 3. For now, I just recommend putting 2. But if you just put your final answer as x equals negative 3, that's totally acceptable. I mean, we have multiple negative 3's. You really don't have to put a 1. So that's going to be the video. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If it wasn't, sorry. There should be some other tutorials. Watch the Organic Chemistry Tutor or Khan Academy. They're both pretty good. But if you like this and you like the content, please subscribe, like, comment what I can improve on or what you want me to cover next. And please check out my Teacher Pay Teacher account. I have some worksheets on there. And if you know anyone who's a teacher, please send them my account, or don't. Don't be annoying about it though. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, and goodbye.